Every rep or sales manager says they want to make 6 figures a year, but most of them don't get the right training, haven't built the right skills, so they can't back it up. Most sales managers think they just need to learn more tricks on training their team better, and it's just closing techniques. I can tell you it's far from it, and after hiring hundreds of sales managers, placing them into companies, the skills that make a great sales manager are not sales training. There's a big difference between a sales trainer and a sales manager. In this video, I'm going to give you the 5 skills that'll make you an incredible sales manager. You could be a rep wanting to become a manager, or a manager wanting to perform better. The first skill you need to learn is to be a systems architect. It's to build once and reap the rewards. Most managers, they think hard work is what gets them paid more. But the truth is, if your value depends on your hours, you're not a leader, you're a laborer. I've worked with hundreds of sales reps over the last 15 years, and the ones that got ahead, that became managers, were the ones that built systems. We had a sales rep. He had his own sales calendar. He started making money. Do you know what he did? He hired a VA. And he got the VA to target similar people in that niche and to book his sales calendar. And he built his own acquisition source. Think about how good a rep has to be. They're already managing their own diary. And everybody else is complaining, hey, there's not enough calls in the calendar. And this kid went and hired his own VA, trained that VA on scraping data, and he watched a couple of YouTube videos, and then he got his sales calendar filled for him so he can close more deals. And now that is a sales rep that's going to get promoted because he's built his own acquisition source. He's built his own lead flow, he's closing it, and then he went back to the CEO and he bargained for more money. And guess what? He got it. He got more money because he's bringing in deals that the business wasn't even marketing for. Do you know what happened a couple of months later? He's now the manager. He's now built another department and built a whole new acquisition. The business has grown. Soon after, he's sales director. When you look at the progression of anyone that's good and you look back, they weren't just doing the bare minimum. They weren't showing up to work and just thinking, right, I'm a sales rep, I'm gonna be on the calendar, I'm gonna get paid. They were building systems. They were working for the job they want, not the job they have. The best people build systems that don't need them. And that's how they outgrow their role. Those people are the ones that get promoted or they get poached because everyone can see their talent. The compounding effect of building systems, and if you can document the process, automate a bottleneck, or design a dashboard that saves me time, you're already worth 6 figures because you're not just producing results, you're producing predictability. And predictability allows you to get paid. Do you expect someone to hire you, promote you, if it's not predictable? They want to make it as predictable as possible, but systems mean nothing if you don't know how to read what you're producing, which brings me to my next skill. Skill number 2 is all about tracking. Most people are guessing. They think they know what makes their team do well, but they can't prove it. I had a sales manager once who never missed a meeting, but every week his forecast was wrong. He didn't have the numbers in line ever. Another manager who barely spoke, but his dashboard told the whole story. You can see exactly what was happening with his sales team. Who do you think got the raise? Who do you think got promoted? Who do you think's making more money? What you can measure, you can manage, but what you can't manages you. If you can pull the data, read trends, and turn metrics into decisions, you'll always be in demand because every founder, every CEO, every investor, they want one thing. They want the truth in numbers. Most of online sales is built in marketing, and all CMO media buyers care about is being able to see data so they can spend more money. If you show me that you can run reporting that drives action, I'll show you a paycheck with your name on it. Here's a live example from our sales teams. I've got 2 managers right now. They're both managing a similar size setting team and a closing team. One of them came on a Monday meeting and showed the average touch density of his team, which is how many dials does each lead get. So if 10 leads come into the system and they all get called 5 times each, the average touch density is 5. And you know, the more times leads get called, the higher chance it is that we get through and we make money from those leads. So the average touch density, we want it to be around 10. This sales manager came and he showed his average touch density was 6, which means his setting team is calling the leads 6 times as they come in. He said, I'm going to build a new list. I'm going to make sure in that list, everyone is getting onto that list. After we've done the initial dial, we dial again. He got his setting team organized. He looked at each of their calendars and coached them on their working day. What they're going to do when the lead comes in, it comes into Slack, they hit the link to the CRM, and then it gets called. And then after that, they then start working through the list. He designed their day. He coached each setter individually, then as a team. Then he got them to sign off at the end on a checklist to say they know how to do it. Then he got onto a call on their one-to-ones and he got each of them to show him that they know how to do it. So now they've all learned because they've shown him how to do it on a separate occasion. His average touch density went to 12. It doubled. He then made 20% more revenue. He went to the CMO and said, right, do you think we can spend more money now? Because based upon what you're currently spending, I got 20% more revenue and made the setting team more efficient. If you can spend more money, I'll go and hire another setter and closer and get the calendars ready. Now that's a boss sales manager. He looked at the data and he went to the CMO and asked them to spend more money. If you are wanting to be a sales manager, you have to understand data to that level. But data alone doesn't make you valuable. It's how you communicate that gets you paid. Skill number 3 is all about leadership communication, the skill that makes you hold people accountable. Most managers think communication is about talking more, yapping more to each other. It doesn't. It means that you are saying the right thing once with clarity, precision. I've worked with the sales managers who fill Slack with paragraphs and others who can align the team in one sentence. It's not about how much you say, it's about how effective it is, the words that you say and how much clarity they have. The second group always rose faster because clarity creates confidence and confidence compounds. Clear is kind, concise is currency. You don't get paid for long explanations. You get paid for direction. If you can turn complex ideas into simple, actionable sentences, you can lead anyone. That skill translates to sales, operations, hiring, everything. Now, speaking of hiring, that's the next skill that separates good operators from the ones that I'd pay $100K a year plus on a base just to keep them around. Skill number 4 is talent scouting, the skill that recruits world-class talent. Most managers, they hire just to fill a seat. The great ones hire to protect standards. One of our clients recently is an online education business, and he used to just spend every week replacing reps every single month trying to hire new people. We just changed one thing. Stopped hiring for experience and started hiring for alignment. And now their staff turnover is down by 70% and sales performance is up by 20% across the board. Anyone can hire. A few can build a team. If you can identify potential, filter out ego, and onboard someone into a system that makes them thrive, that's a $100K value minimum, because now you've built a repeatable system where everyone can make money. Because every great operator knows people who build people are priceless. But there's one more skill that holds everything together. It's not no AI system, and it's not something that can ever be replaced. Point number 5 is about building a vision, building a cult. Most people want to be told what to do. A few can tell others what to do, but the rare ones, they make people believe why they're doing it. They know that deeper mission and why their actions relate to a bigger mission. When I built my leadership team, I didn't look for the loudest voices. I looked for people who can translate my vision into theirs. When the team didn't feel managed, they felt inspired. Vision isn't about what you see, it's about what you help others see. If you can define your purpose, articulate your goals, and remind people what they're all there for, you're not just an employee anymore, you're a leader. And leaders aren't hired by the hour, they're paid for outcomes. But once you've built the systems, tracked the truth, communicated clearly, hired wisely, and led with a vision, you'll never have to apply for a job again. And these are the 5 ridiculously simple skills that I'd pay at least $100K a year for. Systems, tracking, communications, hiring, and vision. None of them require a degree. All of them require discipline. And once you master them, you won't chase opportunities anymore. Opportunities will come knocking at your door and they will chase you. If you want to see more videos like this, click onto the right hand side. There's another sales leadership tactical video ready for you to watch.